so guarded, we'll want to take care ahead. Follow me, and keep quiet.
You invaded our land. You killed my people. For what? To conquer? To claim what was never yours? This is what you fear, isn't it? Not the blade, but what it contains. The light. Some say a comfort, but so easily honed into this. There is the fear. What do you think? Anything to say? I didn't think so.
That weapon, the Lightwood, they aren't trying to conquer Eversong. They're trying to defend themselves from the Twilight's blade. And they've locked the way forward. Come on, champion. We need to follow them. Let's do some good. Ready to fight the fight? I've bested every... This riddle must be the key to getting us out of here. What do we need to do? I'd heard this land belonged to the Amani long ago. I hadn't really thought about it beyond recorded history. But these ancient bones... There must be generations of Amani buried here. I see why no one can reach them. We elves do not revere our ancestors as the orcs do. But we still honor our dead. The Amani cannot even do that much. We've taken it away from them. Little wonder they hold such hatred for elvenkind. We should get moving. The mist ward is gone. Let's find Zul'jin. More magic blocking the way. These tiles may offer a solution. You did it! Let's do some good. Better to seek forgiveness. We have to find Zul'Shan before it's too late. Wait! There's no need for bloodshed.
First blood was yours. You will die!
Zul'Shan! No.
None of this had to happen. Let's go. What do we need to do? We should help. Better to seek forgiveness. Quickly, we need to get to Amani Pass and tell them the truth of what is happening. It's the Twilight's blade! They're the true threat! Ready to fight the fight?
With perseverance, strength. If you will not fight, get out of my way!
This bloodshed, it's madness! Where is my father? He must see this by now!
Shorelaran. With perseverance, strength.
Glory to the Sindori. Sun, chase your shadow.
perseverance, strength.
We have to stop this!
It is too late, Erator. But we can heal those in need.
Wretched Amani! By the light, I will see these monsters purged!
I proudly serve as Regent Lord. Silverman prospers.
The light chose for you to be here.
Champion, we've cornered Zul'Jan. It is time to bring...
Look at you, human. So self-righteous. So blinded by your light. You fight only to conquer.
Father! He is beaten.
Tell me, all this death, denying us our birthright, was it to appease the elves you cow to, or was it to feed your soulless vanity? This is what I think of you and your light. Son. Here, let me...
No! Just... no.
Were we blind to Erator's truth? We have made many sacrifices. Baladash, Malanora. The light of the sunwell. Lady Liadrin, secure the pass. For good or ill, we've taken a stand here. We should keep it. The rest of us will return to Silvermoon. There is much to discuss. Champion, you've uncovered many threats that besiege Quel'Thalas. We must plan our next move together. The Amani crossed a line. We need to make sure their encroachment has ended. Lady Liadrin is in Zul Aman now, looking into the situation. She'll need backup.
The light bloom is still an ever-present threat. Your contact has been investigating the overgrowth. Perhaps she has found something of value.
The Sunwell can only be empowered for so long. Those who are maintaining its current state are under immense strain. Turallion, how does our army fare?
The vanguard stands at the ready. But even we cannot hold the line should the Sunwell falter. The light. We must trust in the light. We must.
The eternal sun still guides us. Our strength lies in our people. The Sunwell holds for now, only through the constant effort of its defenders. Should their strength waver... Bishop Alonso's Fowl has a plan to support those of the Sunwell.
Champion, we're going to save the Sunwell. More importantly, we're going to fix that broken young man. Bless you. Such a troubled boy. That'll happen when your father leaves a gaping wound in your chest. Not to worry, I have a plan.
Inspire anyone? Fowl always was an original thinker.
Good. You're both here. There is a crisis of faith that we need to fix. We will accomplish much together. We can fix our mistakes.
That's your solution? To zap them with your staff?
Those defenders have exhausted themselves, giving of their own faith and power. we bolster their reserves.
Sunwell is a conduit for the light, made holy through the sacrifice of the Naru Muru.
Death to all.
I know you are tired. It is hard to continue, but we must.
I'm worried that Void Elf might sneak back in here and disrupt our efforts at the Sunwell. I have marshaled what priests were available to ward against the Void. It won't repel the devouring host, but will prevent contamination from any undesirable mortals.
Be on your guard.
It is good to see you.
There is still much to do.
I have found my purpose, to serve others.
Should the Sunwell fall, we have no way to stop the devouring host.
We can do this. Are you ready? Let's go!
We will persevere.
The reckoning is
Don't get
Greetings, friend. We have taken different paths to reach the light, but together we assemble for the same purpose. To protect Azeroth!
What if I promised that my task would take you far away from here? Are you a seeker of light or darker paths? We will accomplish much together. The past will haunt you. Are you a seeker of light or darker paths? You're creating a bigger cloud with your moping than Xalatath's Voidstorm. Speak your mind. Let it out before these feelings create a well of poison in your gut.
I'm not just upset that my father cut me down. I'm upset that when he did so, I saw the light shining brightly in his eyes. The same light that I am taught to revere. Under its guidance, he almost killed me.
So you blame the light, not your father.
We are trained to wield the light as a weapon. Is that all that I am as a paladin? You founded the Silver Hand. You trained my father. I suppose I blame you as well. You crafted this philosophy of war. I followed your teachings until I burned myself with my own wrath.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I really did make a mess of it all, didn't I?
What?
I'm reminded of each and every one of my failings every day when the light burns me as I channel it.
What are you saying?
In many ways, this world is broken. You should feel angry about it. That doesn't mean you can't try to change the world or yourself for the better. Come with me on my little quest. I can't promise we'll change anything but how you feel. But that's the only thing we can control. Light bless you, friend. To Light's hope to gather relics and inspire the Vanguard.
No better place to take my mind off the problems with paladins. necrosis. I had no idea things were so desperate. What can we do to help?
Azeroth will not fall while we stand. At your service. Walk always in the light.
With so many defenders called away to the Sunwell, the Scourge almost broke through to the chapel. I've called for assistance from the Ebon Blade, but we could use your help pushing back this latest attack.
If I were stationed here to fight the Scourge, I'd become just like my father. I'd fall to rage and wrath.
I don't have a target.
I shouldn't let my doubts get in the way of the defense of this place. What it means to wield the light? An endless battle against evil?
I'm out of range.
Thank you. The Scourge has diminished. Take whatever relics you need to support the Sunwell.
We will prevail. Azeroth will not fall while we stand. You can always count on me.
For my first lesson, learn from the revered heroes of the past and what inspired their light.
That's what I've been trying to do since I joined the Silver Hand.
I haven't got all day. How are you?
I've known the stories of these paladins since I was a child. Each of them is a legend, immortalized in stone. Their great deeds set an example for all paladins. But no matter how hard I try, I fear that I'll never live up to them. Lena led an army against the Legion. Why would her relic be something like this? I forgot that statue was here. Uther was the first and greatest of the Silver Hand Paladins. I'm surprised not to find his hammer, but a healing kit. Mara's heroics inspired the creation of the Silver Hand. Her relic is a book of refugee prayers, though. Crom defended the people of Lordaeron, but the relic is a smithing hammer, not a weapon. Marad was known for his skill in combat, yet his relic is a meditation crystal. I had expected these relics to be powerful weapons. Instead, they were mostly simple items, unconnected to war. The Silver Hand was founded to wield the light in battle. Is that not the measure of a paladin's accomplishments?
The most revered paladins didn't draw their faith in the light from warfare. They fought to preserve what they valued most.
At your service. We will prevail. Azeroth will not fall while we stand.
You, of all people, want to spread their light?
They claimed many relics when they seized my church. Relics that would be better used to our purpose of holding back Xalatath.
What do you want? I can scarcely believe that the light answers their call. I was always taught that the light was good. The crusade is unconscionable.
The light seeks a path. It does not dictate the way. Look at all the cultures across Azeroth that channel the light, from Elune to Graal to Anshe. Philosophically different from our Church of Holy Light, but with the same ability to channel the energy.
I have often wondered,
light needs a lens to focus its power through the wielder. The light brings certainty, and it responds to one's conviction. But the light cannot distinguish between love and hatred.
So that is why the Scarlet Crusade claims it acts according to the light's will.
And why they were able to pervert my teachings of fellowship and protection into something you and I recognize so clearly as evil. The Scarlet Crusade was founded by a paladin I personally anointed. For a long time, I saw them as my own misjudgment made manifest. Perhaps I still do. However, the relics they possess will do for our purposes of bolstering the Sunwell defenders. It will be good to reclaim them. You're here, champion. We should join Eretor inside. My sermon to these fanatics is falling on deaf ears.
Hello. Is there anything else?
We will accomplish much together. Are you a seeker of light or darker paths? The only thing under your control is how you feel.
This place has all the trappings of the Church of Holy Light, but turned to an evil purpose.
That is my second lesson. The light is channeled through belief and conviction.
I'll show the initiates how one smites an unbeliever! We'll teach them the light dictates.
Do these initiates forever call forth the light through hatred?
Intruders! So the time has come to die for the Crusade! Wait, I
can't attack that
I lost
target.
my faith in this order long ago. I won't give my life for them as well.
Go! If you wish to surrender, give us your weapon. Leave this accursed place and never return. This blade was forged long before the Crusade's hatred. Perhaps it can be returned to a wielder who is truly righteous.
I need a target. Too far away.
Dare disturb my communion! The lights will choose a new leader for our crusade.
It never ends, does it? Another will just continue this doctrine of spite.
Eretor, the light may empower its followers, but the morals and ethics of this force come from within each of us. Light bless you, friend. The past will haunt you. We can fix our...
Is this the fate of all paladins? Die a legend, or live to be consumed by zealotry and wrath?
No, Eretor. My hope is that you can find a different path to follow. The past will haunt you.
Those gathered at the Sunwell right now?
We will accomplish much together. Eretor, I did not mean to add to your burdens. The trip to the cathedral was necessary to save the Sunwell. Champion, if you could deliver the relics, I need to have a word in private with Eretor.
I appreciate your concerns, Korath. For my people, the light and the Sunwell are the same. They may complain, but they will accept the Vanguard.
How can I help?
If you say so, Vettel. It just seems we're ruffling too many griffin feathers.
Everyone deserves compassion. Everyone. May Tyr take your hand.
It's so good to see you again.
Enemies will fall.
Not all who wander.
Thank you, champion. We are resolute in our defense, but mortal in our constitutions. These relics will bolster us for a time.
With the relics delivered, the Sunwell is safe for now. Light bless you, friend. I spoke to you of finding a different path, Eretor. I think it's time we started on it.
All right, but if this lesson is anything like the others...
Oh, don't worry. This one won't be imparted by me. Are you a seeker of light or darker paths?
Hammerfall? Is this about the Red Dawn?
Quite the opposite. We're going to see someone who is doing something wonderful. Something I failed to accomplish.
One moment. This post is being stubborn. Vow!
What brings you and your friends to Hammerfall? Please tell me the world isn't ending again. Help is always appreciated. Look for me among those in need. Hunger and poverty are the most dangerous villains. Help however you can. My friend, if you could help with the cleanup and deliveries, Eretor can help me with some work that needs another pair of hands.
If you'll all excuse me, I must find Eitrig. There are some things I need to arrange.
Strength and honor.
How may I aid you? Goodbye.
Strength and honor. Speak, friend. For the Horde. I understand, Fowl. I'll gather the others and wait for your arrival. How? For the Horde! I'm grateful for your assistance. Hunger and poverty are the most dangerous villains. Help out. The discarded weapons of past wars litter the fields and complicate farming. If you would gather what you can, Eretor and I will prepare the forge.
light guides us.
Is this what it means to be a Sunwalker?
For some. Others are content to smite the wicked with a giant hammer. But allowing the innocent to suffer, that is the worst evil.
This isn't the type of thing the Silver Hand gets involved in, is it?
Alonsis has told me how he always intended for the Silver Hand to focus on this kind of service. But war changed what his paladins were called to do. Alonsis tells me stories of his first students. The legendary Uther was apparently quite the nurse. I would have liked to meet the man during that time.
My father was one of those students. He's never mentioned any of this to me.
I don't know the High Exarch well. I do know he's been to other worlds, far from here, fighting for an unimaginable amount. We're shaped by the events in our lives, but we can choose how we will live going forward. What type of paladin do you want to be, Eretor? What type of person?
I want to come back here and help you once this war has ended. I think this is as much my calling as facing down the horrors of the Void.
The fields are cleared of scrap metal. We'll make something useful out of this refuse. I'm grateful for your assistance. Look for me among those in need.
We will accomplish much together. The past will haunt you. I must now steal Eretor into the Champion away. Arrangements have been made to find one last relic. We can fix our mistake.
Thank you, Desco. I really admire what you're doing here. I'll be sure to return.
did you bring us back to this desolate place?
Light bless you, friend. We are on a hunt for artifacts to support the defenders at Silvermoon.
The only holy artifact here is...
You must be joking!
The Dark Horde will have taken the fragments, divided it up amongst themselves as a trophy.
Well, ain't that lovely? Come on, lads. Time for a difficult walk down memory lane.
Stromgarth will stand proud once more.
Blood and thunder, strength, peace, and honor. Champion.
Come, Kurdran. We should scout out the other Dark Horde encampments.
The Dark Horde! They're stuck trying to win the second war while we maintain for the fourth! Get with the times!
My father Turalian fought in this battle, though he has rarely talked to me about it.
I'm out of range.
My sisters were the last to visit these halls, but they threw their home and their bond away. If we can calm the spirits here, maybe they'll return. The Ranger General was sharp and steadfast, while the Peacekeeper kept the calm. Which path will you choose? Verisa was the peacekeeper of our family. She spent many days tending to the gardens here, but the wilderness has overtaken it now. Soothing sounds of my harp brought Verisa joy beyond measure. I'll need that relic. Well now, that Dragonhawk seems to have stolen my heart. She won't let you close to that fight. She reminds me of Verisa. My sister was also ferocity itself if her family was threatened. Come, let's find the next relic. Sylvanas didn't ask to be Ranger General, but she gave everything to the task, including her life. She trained with a bow gifted by our mother. Undead fanatics have invaded to loot it and anything else that belonged to her.
I need to get closer.
Our mother's bow meant everything to Sylvanas once. I'll need it. Sylvanas was sometimes vain and loved to be admired, but she never wanted to be worshipped. Come, we have one more relic to find. Valeria hunted the old horde with a ferocity bordering on obsession. For good reason. They took my life, savaged our home. One of Valeria's scouting maps is within. It seems to have called on the ghosts of vengeance past. We'll need that map from them. done it. One last task remains. I'll use these relics to return peace to the Spire. Perhaps then, my sisters will return to me. There! The restless heart that haunts us. Please, lay it to rest. Spirits that linger within these halls have found peace. I hope that one day, my sisters will be able to do the same. As for myself, I shall fill these halls with music until they return home. Thank you, champions.
After Anduin Lothar fell in battle, my father rallied the Alliance to victory.
I need to get It's too
one of the fragments that we're looking for. Might have been from a piece of armor or a shield. Dark Lord seems traumatized by this battle. They remain here and fight a war long lost.
The Horde left behind this dark past long ago.